So, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trying to top it. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost for stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping.
Sending emojis, I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me, and if you did, that's the old me.
Good morning. What's up, guys? I'm still waking up. Another late morning sleeping in, which is absolutely a true blessing. Dealing with life on life's terms is the topic today. I've personally been dealing with it. How about you guys? Dealing with life on life's terms for me, in the past, I wouldn't do it. I'd always run from my problems. It was easier for me to run. It was easier for me to put my drug of choice on any issue that popped up. It was just easier. Hitting life head on when it comes at us is uncomfortable, and it's unusual for anyone that struggles with mental health and addiction problems. And it's super easy to run from. That's why I'm talking about it today, especially with the upcoming holidays tomorrow. Using those tools in our toolbox that we've been taught time and time again and applying them is so important when life shows up. Not to run from them. And hit them head on and use those tools in our toolbox. Life can show up in the form of bills. It can show up as loss of a loved one. We all know, in mental health and addiction field, unfortunately, loss happens daily. It's happening now, and it's sad and it's heartbreaking. Relationship struggles, job struggles. Hell, I get aggravated driving to work in traffic when somebody cuts me off. That's life, and it happens. It's just having the right tools. That choice of reacting or responding to any certain situation is so important, because we never know when life's going to show up. I struggle with mental health and addiction issues, and it comes at me in so many different forms on a daily basis. I got to suit up daily and stay vigilant in my recovery and use those tools. Tomorrow being Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to those that celebrate. I'm sure there's going to be people put in situations with family that may involve alcohol or drugs. For me personally, I just simply don't put myself in those situations. But however you decide to choose to handle it, suit up, have a plan in place, be ready for it, and stay vigilant. Have that exit strategy in place when you go to these functions with your loved ones, and celebrate and set those healthy boundaries. Those are super important, and keep yourself number one. Look out for yourself. Try not and worry so much about what other people are going to think or say, because it doesn't matter. You got to look out for yourself and keep yourself number one, and use those tools. I've learned so many new tools, ways to deal with deal and manage with situations like this. I'm truly blessed, so we can be ready and suit up. I had to quit making excuses. I would make excuses for anything and everything, to just simply go use, and it was just absolutely crazy. I stayed stuck in that vicious cycle of insanity for decades, and it was all by choice. I just had to suit up and quit making excuses. Personally for me, I share. I'm honest where I'm at, with what's going on with me. Feelings suck sometimes, but I have to share and talk about them. I change my thought process from a negative one to a positive one and look at the good in the situation, and stay in the solution. When I'm put in situations and life shows up, hell, I just went through a major surgery on my knee. Hey, Patty. Hey, guys. Christine. Welcome, everybody. I'm starting to see names on here finally. Thanks, everybody, for listening. My major surgery, life shows up. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my mental and physical being. And I had certain situations that I had to put plans in place to keep myself safe, with recovery efforts on my knee. And I did that, and we just never know what's going to happen on any given day. And we just have to be prepared daily and stay vigilant. That's why you guys always hear me say that word, stay vigilant, stay active, do something for your recovery daily, day in and day out, and be prepared. Sharing and talking to, whether you have a sponsor, whether you have a mentor, whether it's somebody you just wholeheartedly trust, share, talk to them. I've used professional therapy before. I use the meetings of the 12-step program I go to, sponsorship, step work. All the answers are in the step work and in the literature. Read it, read it, read it, read it. I can't say it enough. Do yourself a favor and read it, because all the answers are there. I journal a lot today. I used to hate writing. God, I used to hate writing. I thought it was a man diary. I can't have a diary. I'm a dude. Bullshit. I love writing now. My girlfriend's next to me laughing at me, because I burn up notebooks left and right. I've got papers everywhere in here where I write down what's going on with me. Lord knows if something happens to me and they come in this apartment, boy, they're going to have a paper trail of my feelings all over the place. They're like, what is wrong with this dude? But yeah, that's just me. I journal. I get overwhelmed if I put too much on my plate. I get too much going on. Good morning, Phil. Brother, there's my dude right there. Appreciate you supporting me, man. Man, I tell you what, it's like, I forget where I was at. I'm just happy to see Phil here. I get overwhelmed. See, too much on my plate at one time. I get ahead of myself. I overthink shit. But man, I tell you what, I just got to remind myself to slow down and stop and think when life shows up, and not reacting first. Because when I react, I get in trouble. I throw up my fists. I'm ready to fight. I talk sideways and I get myself in trouble 10 times out of 10. So just simply slowing down, sometimes not even doing anything, just totally removing myself from that situation is the best thing for me. It's absolutely awesome. Putting my drug of choice, no matter what the situation is, always makes things worse. Every single time, tenfold. Morning, guys. I'm glad to see everybody in here. Yeah, Phil, we're all human. It's a beautiful thing to live and learn. That's true. I mean, this is a lifelong experience. I don't know anything. I know something. I don't know everything. And, it's a learning process day in and day out. That's why it's so important to stay vigilant and keep learning, because I'm never going to know everything. I'm not God. I'm not my higher power. Remain teachable. There you go. That's what I was looking for right there. Remain teachable. I'm always teachable, no matter if it's someone new in the rooms, whether it's someone old in the rooms. I only have today. I only woke up about an hour ago, so I got an hour of clean time today is the way I try to look at it day in and day out. It's not that I have X amount of days clean. I've got about an hour and a half clean today. And that's where I'm at. And that's how I have to, my mindset, that's where I have to put myself at daily. Just no matter what, guys, do not pick up. No matter what the situation throws out, do not pick up. Ask for help. Reach out. Share. Let somebody know that you're struggling. I had to humble myself and practice vulnerability and humility and just reach out and ask for help, because I was brought up and taught not to do that. I wasn't one that would show my weaknesses and my character defects because I was ashamed. You know, there's a lot of anxiety and fear and stress and worry and guilt and shame. I mean, I could go on and on and on the character defects that crop up when I have to really share about what's going on with Joe. It's not easy. It's super uncomfortable. Just remember this weekend and the upcoming holidays, guys, to set those healthy boundaries, have a plan in place. If you are put in a situation that you may feel uncomfortable, and know what to do. Remove yourself. Take care of yourself, prioritize yourself, and keep yourself number one, because that's what's important. You know, it says in some of the literatures, you can't save your face and your ass at the same time. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, saying, or doing, because it's irrelevant. If you're not there for yourself and you don't take care of yourself first, you're not going to have anything. You're not going to be there for anyone. You're not going to be there for the kids, the wife, the family, the husband, whatever it is. You got to take care of yourself first. I appreciate all you guys. I'm super happy to see everybody in here. Things are going well with me. I've got some family things I'm doing tomorrow myself. And I have plans in place, but I'm going to enjoy myself. It's a beautiful thing today, knowing that I get to spend my family or spend time with my family. And they actually reached out to me and I answered the phone. Holy shit, is that huge? Like, I was there to answer the phone. They weren't looking in the obituary for me. I had a phone number that was active and they were able to reach me at. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing for me. I want to give a quick local shout out, and this kind of is relevant with what's going on. I want you guys to be the Hope Shot. I got my Hope Shot hoodie on. This actually is a Hope Shot hoodie from the guys here local in Dayton. Jameson, my dude from Sober Gang Crew. Check them out on Facebook. Be the Hope Shot, guys. That's what this is all about. Be the Hope Shot. Be an inspiration to others. Share your story. Let them know where you're at. Let them know that they're not the only ones. Be of service. Practice that step 12. Reach out. That's what this program, my program, hopefully you've got a program. If you don't, that's okay, is all about. I love you guys. I want to thank everyone for being here. Congrats on whomever made 2 years last April. That's awesome. That's a hope shot right there, guys. Recovery is possible. It is definitely possible. Stay positive, my friends. I hope everyone has a happy holiday. Hope shots fully loaded. My dude. I love this guy. Hey, we're going to have, hopefully, upcoming soon, we're going to have a couple special guests. And I'm praying that my dude Phil is one of them. If you guys don't know Phil, check out Against All Odds. Wonderful recovery page. If you haven't joined his page, please join it. Phil Tyler is an amazing guy. He inspired me, and I don't want to say he pushed me. I pushed myself to do this, but he gave me the inspiration and that hope shot to keep doing what I'm doing and get the message out there and share my experience, strength, and hope. I really appreciate it, Phil. You know I love you, brother. I'm trying to get him and a couple other people on to kind of do a round table soon. Kind of get through the holidays. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got things going on right now. But coming soon, you know, I'll be hopefully making an announcement where we can have 3 or 4 of us come in here and sit around and have recovery talk for 30, 40 minutes, which would be absolutely amazing. So maybe a little teaser for you guys. But I hope you guys all have a happy holiday. Thanks for taking time out this morning and stopping in and listening. There we go, Phil. I appreciate it, brother. Remember, stay positive. Until tomorrow, guys. We'll see you later. I love you. Thanks for stopping in.